Did you ever hear the expression, don't despise or never despise small beginnings? I have, and it makes a whole lot of sense. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Jan. Welcome to another episode on this channel, the Save Money More Jan channel. How you doing today? Hope that everybody's doing well. I really, really mean that. And waking up to a nice morning today, and hopefully you are too. No, never despise small beginnings. And yet, and still, there are some people out there that never, ever, ever want to look back and see how far they've come along since their humble beginnings. To be honest with you, I'm a little unclear and maybe, well, confused as to why somebody wouldn't want to look back and compare all the greatness that has happened from the humble beginning, which is a wonderful moment, to the moment of now, which is also a wonderful moment, and all that good learning in between. I can never understand why somebody would not want to look back and say, wow, did I accomplish a lot or what? I am just saying. And thanks to the winning choices as being a frugal person, we have made some very wise choices over time. And you can look back, and it is absolutely okay to pat yourself on the back. For example, let's just talk about stockpiling groceries for a minute. Everything starts at what? The beginning. We don't start at the end point unless you're reverse engineering something, but we start at the beginning. And the beginning means, well, perhaps an empty shelf or an empty cardboard box or an empty place under your sink if you're trying to make space in a small space and you're starting where? From humble beginnings. And then over time, for example, every single grocery haul, you allotted a certain amount of money, whatever works for your budget. Your budget maybe could work with $2 to $5. Somebody else's could work with $20. Everybody's life is different. Everybody's budget is different. But however, consistently, you were a person and are a person on a mission to grow an emergency grocery stockpile, not to mention to continue to grow your current everyday pantry use stockpile, which means, like, for example, your refrigerator, your freezer, and your immediate cabinets in the kitchen, just using that as an example. And because you were consistent, because you were determined, remember that word? Determined to make wise, frugal choices. So, what's wrong in looking back and saying, well, X number of months ago or years ago, there was nothing more than that empty box or that empty shelf? We all start at the beginning. Should we feel badly because in between we might have tripped, stumbled, and fell into a mistake, bought the wrong stuff, didn't read the labels clearly? Maybe the stuff is not for someone in your family, health wise, or whatever. We all make mistakes along the way. But if we don't learn from our mistakes or even make them, how can we learn and grow? How can we learn and grow? It's very, very important. So, frugal choices and small wins. It is not just a small win. To begin a grocery stockpile, for example, and do it consistently is a huge win. Let's talk about saving cash. Okay. We have about 5 months or so before Christmas, maybe a little less time. I'm not staring at the calendar, but we have a little bit of time, or going into a little bit of time, where we could actually be ahead of the game in terms of being prepared for the holiday season. Now, not everybody celebrates Christmas. Others celebrate different holidays around the same time of the year, or others just like to participate in the gift giving thing despite any religious background. They may have friends and they want to participate and exchange gifts, whatever the gift giving season is in your life, okay? And whenever it is, isn't it wise to begin somewhere? This sounds really crazy, but in my mind's eye, does it hurt to have a gift giving stockpile. Just the way we have a stockpile of groceries or water or other things of that nature, why can't we begin a gift stockpile? For example, we could go to one of those discounted bin type stores. Ever attend one of those? I wish I had one around here, but I see them all the time on other videos, these bin stores where they have various bins with various items at an affordable rate. For example, some bin stores, let's say, open their doors on a Wednesday, and that's the $5 a day. Everything in the bin at any bin in the store equals $5. You could come across some amazing stuff that as the week goes by, the next day may be a $4 day until all the way down to a $2 or a $1 day. If you're blessed enough to have this type of a store, there is no reason on planet Earth, if you're close to one, to begin at this time of the year to start putting things away, and not just for only the Christmas holiday. I believe, for example, you could get a box and you could buy a bunch of small but useful or fun or helpful or discounted rather items. These are the small wins as a result of what? Frugal choices. That's what I mean in my title, frugal choices and small wins. So let's say that you get a milk crate, an empty milk crate, the plastic ones that look like the original ones from back in the day. You could get those cheaply at, discounted stores, right? Or someone can bless you with one for free. Those are really, really great. They're like cube shape. You know the type I'm referring to. That's a perfect place to keep little items, either for reselling. Well, there's that reseller in me that says that all the time, right? And there's the gift giving in advance person. Me, Janet, likes to be prepared. You see something that catches your eye, even though it's only August, okay, towards, let's say, Christmas holiday season 2025, and you're getting it at a great price. I say, why not? And it can be an all year round gift giving bin of your own, not just for the holiday season. I briefly touched upon this recently. This could be for birthdays, this could be for anniversaries, this could be for graduation, Valentine's Day, or just because. Did you ever get an invitation from a friend of yours, for example, that you have not seen in quite a while? Wouldn't it be nice to go to your already gift giving bin that you're saving and stocking up on, sort of like a gift giving stockpile? And you take a look through it and you find something that is so closely suitable to the person that you haven't seen in a while. Put it in a wrapping paper or a pretty bag that you've also saved, and you have a thoughtful bring along with you gift. I'm telling you, there is nothing wrong in making the frugal choice to purchase gifts at a discount any time of the year. So keep our eyes and ears open for stuff like that. There's no reason not to. Why should we be bombarded in the last, what, 5 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks? This is when it gets hectic, crazy. People make a lot of financial mistakes. They put it on their cards. And of course, the usual speech from me every single late fall, January still comes. Why do I say that speech every year? What do I mean by that? The January still comes speech, which of course I'm going to do in a not so distant future down the pike, is this: we get caught up in the hype, in the lights, in the music. While things are nicely quiet, you could be building up a gift giving stockpile. As crazy as that sounds, I know. But if you find something at a discount that is apropos for the person you're thinking of ahead of time, I say, why not? This avoids many people from pulling out what? Their credit card during the confusing time that I just mentioned with the lights and the music. I get it. It's a lot of fun. I love it too. Who doesn't? But I don't want to get so confused that all of a sudden, a couple of weeks later, after the hype is all died down, and that all too familiar bill that nobody wants to look at comes to the mail. You see where I'm going with this. There are ways and there are ways. There are plenty of things that we could avoid. And making frugal choices so that we can result it into a small win is a choice I love to make. Have an amazing day, everybody. Don't forget to come back tomorrow. When? At 5 a.m. for a brand new upload. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Every single day. Thank you. Have a great day, everybody. Super thanks are forever welcome. Thank you.